smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh Lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you're guilty, you better feel fear.
She's from Nashville, Tennessee, nearly 59 and wild and free. Send the gifts to Cash App, honey. Birthdays don't come free. She showed up to Disney World and the whole dang place was closed. Just smiled and said that track's for me, and struck a fabulous pose. Her job to do better than yesterday, now that's a flex. She's got too many family members and a few she won't confess. Loyal until you're not worth it, that's the Smiley guarantee. She'll ride for you through fire, girl, but don't you test her loyalty. Best friends for 40 years, she won't tell you who they are. Smile around and find out, baby, 'cause she's the main character, the star. Loyal until you're not worth it, read the 100 years old. Coffee in hand, crows in the sky, like Stephen King, but less cold. She listens to everyone she meets, loves them all from the start. But honey, give her one good reason, and she'll professionally depart. Traveling the world, making memories, quiet country air. She don't sell her soul for nobody, that ain't ever gonna be up for sale, I swear. She's the manual and the escape clause. She'll clap for you, but she'll also pause if the shoe fits. Wear it, boo, the truth is the truth. Smiley told you.
On a cold February evening, a shadow walked away. A boy with dreams and laughter, now lost in yesterday. The seasons turn in silence, time spins without a sound. Yet every whispered memory still echoes all around. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name. His pictures in our windows, his laughter fills the air. No amount of passing moments can diminish how we care. Every candle ever lighted, every prayer that we share is a promise to the future, a testament to prayer. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name. Sebastian, if somehow you hear us, know our hearts beat strong for you. People searching in the shadows, still holding on to truth. You have never been forgotten, not for one single day. Our promise stands unbroken, we're not walking away. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name.
To everyone listening, please remember Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. If you know something, no matter how small, share it with law enforcement.
Sebastian,
You are loved. You are missed.
you are loved.
You are remembered. And as long as there are people who care, your name will continue to be spoken. Your picture will continue to be seen. And hope will continue to live. This is our promise. We'll never stop looking.
Well, hello everybody. Hello. Thank you for being here. Hello, Mama. How are you doing this evening? Hello. You been in the bed? Oh my goodness. I hope you feel better. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. Hello, hello. Hello, show poodles. And there's your baby. Hello. I love seeing all these babies. Hello, hello. Hey there. Look at Sebastian. Look at Sebastian. Oh. Hello, Laura. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Look at that baby. Oh, looking for sunshine. Sunshine on my pillow. Oh, welcome in, everybody. I'm so glad to see you. Oh, yeah, I had this as my thumbnail and it was too big to go on there right as I was getting ready to go live. So I'm like, I'll just put that there and I'll put that there. How about them apples? Where there's a will, there's a way, honey. Where there's a will, there is a way. I will do it. I will do it. So I hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad everybody's here. Hey, beautiful Janice. How are you doing? Hello. Good to see y'all. Oh, thank you. I love all the songs about Sebastian too, right? Yeah, he didn't deserve any of this. He did not deserve any of this. Hey, beautiful Millie. Hi there. Yeah, if you have any information at all about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, please don't hold on to it. Please call it in 1-800-TBI-FIND and or call 1-800 the FBI. Please do that. I don't think it's appropriate anymore to call Sumner County Sheriff's Office, but do what you will. Do what you will, honey. Just saying. So I'm not going to use that anymore, but it's out there. Okay. I'm not going to tell y'all who not to call. Just call the law enforcement, honey. Okay. Thank you for that, Janice. I'm just saying. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Copyright disclaimer. That's right. We don't never know what we're going. In fact, let me just go ahead and play this while you got that up. Okay. I'm going to play this for those that don't know. I'm sure everybody knows by now, but let's just go ahead and play that while you have that up there, Janice. I've been having this up here for days and I haven't played it. Let me share this. Hold on a minute. It's a little clip here.
Story might look very different today.
Why ain't it playing?
Seth Rogers in the dark.
That is unexplainable.
God.
And it's unacceptable.
It should be playing.
DCS documented. Seth Rogers in the dark.
Why is it not playing?
That is unexplainable. And it's unacceptable.
Everything's
The lawsuit claims DCS documented that Sebastian told investigators he felt safe with his father. It also alleges the agency determined Sebastian met the criteria for a federal program reserved for children considered at serious or imminent risk of removal from their home for closed both investigations.
Don't ask me no
Richie
questions.
says that Rogers known everything DCS was looking at.
But anyway,
the story might look very different today.
That was Seth's lawyer.
Seth Rogers in the dark.
I don't have a clue.
That is
y'all
unexplainable.
Can hear me, right?
And it's unacceptable.
I'm assuming if y'all couldn't
The
hear
lawsuit
me,
claims
that y'all would've
DCS documented that
text me, so I'm assuming
Sebastian
y'all can
told
hear me.
investigators
I don't
he
know why
felt
that's not
safe
playing.
with his father.
We'll get back to that later. I don't know. Hey, Raymond. Hello, Raymond. Sweet Raymond. Hello, hello. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I heard somebody say that they have changed up some things. So who knows? Who knows? Well, we can do this. We can get along without it, right? But anyway, there's all kinds of things on the lawsuit. Right now, tonight, I'm going to go over the DCS case and that lawsuit. I hope that I have spoke to everybody in here. Hello to anybody in the bushes. Don't be shy. Come on in. Oh, you can hear both? You could hear that? Oh, shoot. Well, I'm sorry now, and I took it down. Good golly, Miss Molly. I am sorry about that. Oops. Whoops. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll pull it back up later. I don't know what's going on this end. See, it's all this they changed around so much. I done been gone too long. Too long. It is what it is. Y'all get the gist of it. Anyway, that is Seth's attorney, but the snazzy attorney, as some call him. So, hey, Sharon. Hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't hearing it on this end. I don't know. Jesus. Next time I'll ask y'all, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all good over here in Smiley's Hood as long as we're all together. As long as y'all can hear my big voice, then it's all good, right? But thank you all for being here. Before we get started, I want to ask you one thing, everyone. I want to tell you, I want to thank you for joining my live tonight. I want everybody to be respectful. So far, everybody has been so respectful, and I appreciate that. This is conversation about Sebastian, about his father, and about this lawsuit. The lawsuit is about serious allegations that's contained in the lawsuit that's alleged from Seth Rogers for the Department of Children and Family Services, which is what we're going over tonight. We have been going over the Sumner County lawsuit. There is 2 of those, and it's just going to break your heart, as if it could be broken anymore. We're going to go over it my style, Smiley style, third party style, whatever you want to call me, honey. I don't care. I'm not going to be upset about it. I know who I am, and I am who I am. Okay. But please protect your hearts. This is for discussion, and it's not really intended for anyone under 18 years of age. Tonight, we're just going to go over portions of it and the lawsuit that's filed, the facts that's in the lawsuit. And I'm going to try to break it down for awareness and what's in the court records and documents, what's out there. And as always, I just ask that you remain respectful. Like I said, everybody's been great, and I thank you for that. It's not easy for me going over it, but Sebastian is worth it. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is a child who disappeared out of Hendersonville, Tennessee in February of 2024. A child whose family still does not have any answers. His father does not have any answers. And he deserves answers. And Sebastian is a name who we refuse to let fade into the background. And tonight we're just going to read and discuss and kind of break it down. And we're just going to do this. So grab your coffee, grab your tea. You might have to grab something a little bit stronger. I don't know. But let's remember why we're here. Because we're never going to forget, right? So don't forget to hit them thumbs up, honeys. Yeah, you don't see Bo? I thought I just seen Bo. Was she not in here? Why do I not see Bo? I don't see Bo either. Oh, she sent me a text a few minutes ago. She might be somewhere else. Somebody else might be live. I don't know. Send you care packages. Oh my God, Janice, why do you need care packages? Oh, Lord, honey. We all might need care packages when this is all over with. But this, y'all better be good down there. But Seth Rogers individually and as a father filed this lawsuit against the Department of Children and Family Services, a Tennessee state agency, Margie Quinn and her official capacity, Commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Children and Family Services, and in her individual capacity. Leslie Ezekiel, I think, Ritchie, and in her individual capacity. Laura Boswell, and in her individual capacity. And Miss Amira Walker in her individual capacity, as well as the does 1 through 15. The does are named because, hey, Vicki, the does are named because they will go back, and it says in here they will go back when they find out who they are, and they will amend that to include those as well. The first amended complaint for damages and relief demand for a jury trial. They want the jury trial, and the civil rights action arises from Tennessee Department of Children's Services, the DCS, failure to protect Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, the minor child, who was a 15-year-old with autism. He was on the autism spectrum and severe combined type ADHD and 6q27 chromosome deletion syndrome. As we know, he vanished from his mother and stepfather's home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. I always say on February 25th, but he was reported, and they have it in here as February 26, 2024. But Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is not an ordinary missing child. He is a profoundly vulnerable minor with multiple documented disabilities, a history of sexual abuse, and has been reported and investigated by Tennessee Department of Children's Services, and a home life that Department of Children and Family Services own records show how he was marked by physical abuse, emotional, and a stepfather who neighbors reported hated the child and wanted the child to die. That's horrible, y'all. DCS's own records reflect that. DCS had formally determined that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was at serious intimate risk for removal from their home. Hey, Seth. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better tonight. DCS investigated Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' household on 2 separate occasions based on allegations of sexual and physical abuse. There's something that I caught in here too, but that's later on. And I don't know if anybody else caught it, but we'll get there. And again, it's later on, so stick around. But on both occasions, DCS closed its case findings with no concerns. I mean, I don't even know how that can be. And no services needed, they said, despite documenting alarming evidence that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was living in a dangerous and abusive environment. So then approximately 9 months after that, DCS closed the case, the second one, concluding no services was needed. That's when Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disappeared, and he's never been found. I find that horrible, disheartening. And I find that, it probably, if they would have did their job correctly, he probably would have still been here. He may have been safe if they would have took the steps, in my opinion, to shown a little more concern and, you know, did something about some of these calls that was made instead of just the basic things. Just trying to slide by and get through a day to make $1, in my opinion. He's never been found. And DCS's own records established that it knew this child, Sebastian, was in danger. He was in danger. It noted this in detail. It determined their words. He was in imminent risk. They should have removed him. They noted that. They noted on later down the road that if this happened again, and it did, that this case was flagged even after they said no services, that this case, if they went back out there, and they did, that it definitely needed to be handled different. And the same dang people went out there and it was not handled any different. Their words, not mine, not yours, not Seth's, theirs. This interaction, and I'm reading from it, this interaction constitutes deliberate indifference to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' constitutional rights and directly contributed to the circumstances of his disappearance. I don't think I could have wrote that any better myself. I don't think there's any truer words written. Thank you, Raymond. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. Somebody got gifted. Please thank Raymond for that. The court has subject matter jurisdiction pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1331 and 1343. Supplemental jurisdiction over state laws claims exist under 28 U.S.C. 1367. Venue is proper. This district pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1391, because this district is a jurisdictional district in which a substantial part of the events or omissions giving rise to the claims occurred. Plaintiff Seth Rogers is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' biological father. He resides in Clarksville, Tennessee. He brings this action individually and as a father is the next friend of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. So the Department of Children and Family Services state agency established this code 375-101 established, and it's reasonable for administering the child welfare services throughout the state, including the investigation of reports of child abuse and neglect, the placement and supervision of children in foster care, and provision of services to Children and Families, DCF maintains its principal office at 505 Dedrick Street in Nashville, Tennessee, 37243, and operates through regional offices and caseworkers across the state of Tennessee. At all times relevant to this action, DCS acted under color of state law and through agents, employees, and representatives who were acting within the scope of their employment and authority. Margie Quinn, the commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Children's Services, she is sued in her official capacity for prospective and injunctive, and in her individual capacity damages and context personally participated. She personally participated. It's naming Richie. We went over this just a minute ago. It has the case IDs, all of these, because she also participated in the 2022 sexual abuse investigation, which it has a case number here, which is what I was going to say a while ago. They were called out. We'll get to that in a minute, because I don't know if anybody caught this or not. But they were called out in 2022. I'm going to say May, but don't hold me to that, because I'm going to get to that in a minute, and it's on down in my live. They were called out. I believe it was by the school, but there was a call made, and it was in 2022. There was a case opened in Tennessee. Let me stress that again. In Tennessee, pay attention. And it was a sexual abuse case. Now, I may be reading that wrong, but we'll get there. But as I'm reading this page right here, let me read this line again. She participated in the 2022 sexual abuse case ID, whatever. What Seth might answer this for me. Were they not in Tennessee in 2022? That's just a yes or no question. Was they in Tennessee in 2022? Yes or no? Simple, yes or no. That's all I want to know, yes or no. Let me carry on. Which provided her with actual knowledge of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' history and vulnerabilities. She is sued in her individual capacity. Then we got Boswell. All this I'm reading, she knew a lot. She also, Boswell, conducted a face-to-face interview with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, with Katie Proudfoot, with Chris, and she has all this personally documented. Okay? Just saying. So let me just stop here for a minute. I'm going to stop reading from the lawsuit for a minute. Because, I mean, Sebastian had a lot on his plate. He had a lot on his plate. I'll give him that. He had a lot of trauma. He had a lot of trauma as a child. He had a lot of buildup. And remember, these are just my thoughts and my opinions, okay? I know a lot of this is hard to hear. And I'll give him that, because I'll give any child that's went through all the things he has went through. But I did a little bit of research, okay? And I did a little bit of research on, and this may be triggering for some, because it's in these paperworks, okay? But I want to get something straight. I did a little bit of research. We know Sebastian has autism and he has these disabilities, and he has the chromosome deletion and stuff like that. So I'm trying to say this as easy as possible. So I wanted to know, like, what are some of the things that a 15-year-old boy or girl with autism and other disabilities what would cause them to have either homicidal tendencies or okay, do y'all know what I'm saying? Because it's in the records, okay? I came up with, through research, they're far more likely to be victims of violence, of course, than they are to be predators or have violence, okay, if that makes sense. But when they have homicidal thoughts, it can be that they do not intend to hurt anyone, okay? They don't intend to hurt anyone. But a teen who has experienced physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, just like Sebastian, may express violent thoughts as a reaction to overwhelming fear, anger, or helplessness, and is very likely because of some autistic ways that autistic kids have. They can't get things out. They have difficulty. They have struggles. They struggle with their emotions. Their words get very stressful. But that don't mean they're going to do that. There's three or four different, how do I say that? You're not going to use those tendencies. Okay. So that don't mean he was going to use anything. When they say that and I write it down, it looks terrible on paper. Okay. So I'm sure, in my opinion, there was anxiety. I'm sure there was PTSD. Okay. But I won't pretend he didn't have any of those frustrations, if you will. I know that there was things he probably acted dramatic over. And I know there was frustrations where he felt people didn't understand him. I don't have to know him to know that. But that don't mean he was going to go out and harm anybody. That's not what that means at all. And I'm sure his therapist would testify to that in a court of law. I'm sure he was frustrated how people mocked him, especially grown-ups. I'm sure he was frustrated how people he felt in his mind bullied him, and maybe they did bully him in real life, grown-ups and kids. That does not work, I can tell you, with children that has any disabilities, especially autism. People with autism are human beings, period. They're probably the most honest, smartest, probably smarter than you, probably smarter than I, human beings. There's not really any difference in them. You don't need to be ashamed of them. You don't need to lock them up and throw away the damn key anywhere. You need to teach them. You need to help them. You need to treat them just like you do everyone else in this world, period. They can be anything that they want to be. Period. So I don't want to draw any conclusions to that, except for I'll have to disagree that what it said on paper about him being homicidal, I don't buy. Not that type. Frustrated, maybe. Again, there's 3 or 4 different kinds of like thoughts or that kind of thing. But again, I'm no expert. But he had every right to express his anger. That's for sure. Now, defendant America Walker, maybe I'm saying her first name wrong, but Miss Walker was all relevant in this case as a supervisor at DCS, Mid-Cumberland Region, on November 15th, 2022. She's also sued in her individual capacity. There's also John and Jane Doe's 1 through 15, as I stated. Their names are right now not known. They're DCS employees, supervisors, and officials who identities right now are not known, not at the present, but they will be known. They will be known. And when they are, they will, in the lawsuit, it's stated there is room for them. They will be added to this investigation, and their names will be amended in here because they either was participated in this investigation with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers some way, shape, or form, or they had something to do with the policies and practices that led to the constitutional violation that are claimed that led to the federal lawsuit and caused this damage, per Seth Rogers and his attorney. So they will amend this complaint and this part of the lawsuit when they identify these defendants, John and Jane Doe, and their identities. So factual allegations, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' history of abuse and vulnerability were known to DCS. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, the minor child, was born to Seth Rogers and Katie Proudfoot, who was Katie Rogers at the time, but they separated, divorced, and Katie married Chris Proudfoot. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers lived primarily with his mother, Katie, and his stepfather, Chris Proudfoot. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, severe combined type ADHD, and 6q27 chromosome deletion syndrome. So imagine your body's built from a huge instruction manual. You know, our chromosomes are like that, and your genes are individual instructions. A person has two copies of chromosome 6, okay, with 6q27 deletion. A tiny piece is missing from the long arm Q of chromosome 6. At that location called 27, that means some very important instructions are gone. And depending on which genes are missing, the brain and body may not develop exactly like it should. But every person's different. Every person is different. Every missing piece is different. Some people may have less challenges. Some people could be affected more. It's kind of like having your gallbladder out. I had mine out years ago. You're still not supposed to eat greasy food. I eat whatever I want. But some people, it makes them god awful sick. You don't bother me. But I'm just saying, it just depends on the person. You could have developmental delays. Some people could have autism, which we know Sebastian had autism. It can affect your speech. Some people it might affect your speech or your balance. You might you might have problems with behavior. Just kind of think of if you're building a home, but you don't have that part of the blueprint where all the electrical wiring you need for your house, but you build it anyway. And you get your lights working, but it's just not, you're always going to have problems. But remember, a 6q27 deletion, just remember, it does not define a person's personality. It don't define their future. It don't define any of that. There's a lot of people in this world that have that. They are loving, they are kind, and they are capable of learning, working, doing things. And let me tell you all something. Most of all, they damn sure don't deserve what Sebastian got in his life. Abused, all of this, harmed, and in my opinion, still being abused and harmed. Not in any way, shape, or form. Not physically, not emotionally, not mentally, not sexually. He deserves everything good in this world. And he still does. He got none of that, in my opinion. The only person he got that from love is his father, Seth Rogers. And Seth is still trying to find that and give that to him. He deserved a mother who stood up for him. And all I see out of these records is a mother who chose a man over her son. And complained and allowed shit to happen under her roof. That, Katie, is crazy. You need to stand up for him now. Why are you not standing up for him now? Where is your son, Katie? You laid down and you made Sebastian with Seth Rogers, his father. Can you not tell him where his son is at? Tell the world. In my opinion, I feel like you know. Where is your son? And I have every right to feel that way. But nothing. Crickets, silence. Sebastian had an IEP plan. That's an individualized education plan. She was quick to tell everybody that. He had a Section 504 plan requiring his school to provide him with accommodations because he was a student with disabilities. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is in a behavioral program at his school, right? And he received therapy 3 times a week through Mental Health Corporation. He was on Concerta. He saw a neurologist at Vanderbilt. He was just fixing to start ABA therapy at the time of his disappearance. His therapist reported that was a consequence of prior sexual abuse. You know, they said, trigger warning. They said Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was sexually aggressive and suffered frequent bathroom accidents. And law enforcement reported that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, again, had homicidal thoughts. So law enforcement was aware of all of this, again, in DCS reports. Law enforcement was aware of this. To which, what I'm reading from now, DCS case ID 14884-10703, sexual abuse investigation, dated September through November 2022, also states on or about September 28th, 2022. Listen, guys, at approximately 6:33 p.m., a call was placed to the DCS Child Abuse Hotline. The intake was screened at a priority 3 with allegations of sexual abuse against an unknown predator. The alleged victim was Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. What the fuck? Now listen. The intake reported that on September 28th, 2022, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers disclosed to the school professional Also, that 2 years earlier, while living in California with his mother, he experienced sexual abuse by another child. Okay. I say okay. But I say we are in Tennessee now. So that answers my question. Nobody has to answer it. Let me go back and state this again for y'all, for those it went over your head. September 28th, 2022, at approximately 6:33 p.m., a call was placed to the DCS Child Abuse Hotline. First of all, I don't know who placed that call. I don't know if it was Sebastian. I don't know if it was the school. I don't know who placed the call, but there was a place called, a phone call. It was a priority 3 with allegations of sexual abuse against an unknown predator. The alleged victim was Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Was that he was talking about California? I don't know. Just mighty strange to me. So, when they get there, then he decides to open up about California. So, trigger warning. He feels comfortable enough at that time to start telling them about California. I don't know if oh, here we go. Whoops, sorry about that. Raymond, thank you. My chat had just stopped for a minute. I'm sorry. Hey, chicken lady. Let me stop here because I am sorry. Let me stop here because I thought my chat was stopped. Lord have mercy. Sorry about that. She's watching in the bushes. Lord have mercy. Thank you for that. Oh my God, I'm not ignoring y'all, honey. I am strolling down now because my God, it stopped. Yeah, he was protecting Seth by not telling him. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. Lord have mercy. Hi, James, and everybody coming in. Let's see here. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. It's not easy. It's good to see all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member. Thank you. I almost hate to refresh my screen because I'm scared I will knock this out. And this is too important of a live, I feel, to do all this. So let's see. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Okay. So is Raymond gone? I'm sorry, Raymond. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Oh, okay. You got to go to work, Raymond. I'm sorry, Raymond. I didn't mean to. I wasn't ignoring you. Anyway, I'm almost scared to refresh. Let's see if that helps it any. But anyway. So I might in a minute if it don't start moving. Okay, I think that's working. Yeah, I got this. Okay. So all right. Sorry about that. Maybe that helped it. Maybe it just needed a little push. I don't know. So anyway, I don't know, but he felt comfortable enough. So anyway, trigger warning. Let's do a trigger warning. Let me go back up here and find that trigger. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Okay, thank you. All right. So, okay, so in the trigger warning, we're going to put up here, because in that report, Sebastian told them from California that there was a child, and that child put his mouth on Sebastian's penis and vice versa, and that they put their penis in each other's butt areas, and that Sebastian stated that he was forced to do that by this other child. And that it occurred upstairs in the bedroom in the California home. And it happened several times. And Sebastian said that child was his only friend. And Sebastian said that the child told him if he told anyone, he would not be friends with him anymore. And Sebastian said it happened when he was 10 to 12 years old. And Sebastian said it happened for several weeks. So Sebastian is telling the school this, the professional at the school in Tennessee, and he told her she was the only adult that knew besides his mom. That's what he's telling her. And the intake further documented that Sebastian stated he was disgusted with himself. He was disgusted with himself about what happened, and that it has gotten too much to a place it was too difficult for him to pretend like it did not happen. I don't even know how to handle that. That's just very... Said he felt trapped. I mean, my God. My God. Said he couldn't say a word. The intake noted that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers struggled with behavior after he moved to the Sumner County School District and was placed in the behavior program at Schaefer Middle School. And critically, the intake documented that Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers stated that he is afraid of what his stepfather, Mr. Chris, would do if he found out. If he found out that he told anybody, or he found out about this, that he's afraid if he found out he told any adults of what might happen. The intake further noted that his stepfather has used corporal punishment on him several times. And again, DCS said several times. And they noted several times. And yes, this is the state of Tennessee. Hey, Annabella. I love you, honey. And it stated it's unknown if he knows about the abuse or how he will react about the essay abuse, or if he'll blame Sebastian. Then it's noted in the intake that Sebastian suffered from frequent bathroom accidents and displayed some verbal, sexual, aggressive behavior towards other students. Here's where I have a fucking problem. This is just me, but I told you, y'all are going to get my personal opinions. So I understand. I understand what was done to him in California as a child. I also understand he was getting therapy. I understand all of the trauma. I understand all of these things. And I understand with these kind of victims, it can go either way. I don't know. I guess this is to Chris and Katie, but this is what I don't fucking understand. Some things just don't make sense. Maybe it'll never be. I don't understand the regression. I don't understand the pull-ups all of a sudden. I don't understand the reporting of the essay in this report in Tennessee by Sebastian, if you will, or whoever. I don't understand the sexual aggression towards the other students. Why that would be, especially if he was so locked down by the power master, if you will. No phone. Everything on lock. No computer. No this, no that. I mean, come on. You live what you learn, right? Well, Katie told DCF like it was nothing. Oh, it was just kid on kid. My God, why do they keep calling everybody? What I'm saying is, if y'all are missing the freaking point, okay. Well, kids gonna be kids according to Katie. Everybody experience. I mean, what? My point is, where is he learning this aggressive sexual talk or behavior? Huh? What? What, I'm going to say it, was really going on in that household? That's, in my thoughts, in my opinion, what was really going on in that household. And I'm going to say it again like I said it today, in case you missed it. Why was there allegedly cameras in every room except Sebastian's room? They were in face. She was never even there, only a little bit of time. Why was there none if Sebastian had problems in his room? Mighty convenient. He was in the front of the house as well. People could look out that window, couldn't they, and see cars coming? Funny, huh? I'm not accusing anybody of anything. But somebody's got to think. Katie, you sure as hell never stood up for your child. All you could do is chase a fucking man and be scared to go back to rags, in my opinion. And when he gave you a choice to choose him, I bet even he didn't think you would choose him. And yeah, exactly. Boom. Where did the sexual aggression towards the other students come from? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I'm curious about a lot of things. I'm just curious. Anyway, on September 29th, 2022, Richie conducted an administrative review. She documented the sexual abuse allegations. She noted the next steps would include a full assessment, an initial face-to-face response due by October 3rd, 2022. On September 30th, 2022, Boswell met with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers at Schaefer Middle School in a private conference room. Sebastian said he feels safe at his dad's home, and Sebastian identified his dad as Seth Rogers, who lived in Clarksville, Tennessee. Now, again, Sebastian stated something happened when he lived in California, but he told her at that time he did not want to talk about it at school. You know, maybe one day you want to talk about it, the next day you get tired of it, you don't want to talk about it no more. That's it. Done. Over. So he didn't want to talk about it with her. You know, by that time he's tired. Nobody's going to do shit. He don't want to talk to nobody, in my opinion. So he told her, yeah, it happened, but he don't want to talk about it no more. I guess he feels nothing's getting done. He's not accomplishing anything. We're done into October now. So he didn't want to talk about it. So Boswell noticed Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers had no visible marks or bruises. We're talking about, now we're in, actually we're in September 30th. Hey, he had any bruises, they're probably gone by now anyway, right? I mean, you know. So anyway, no visible bruises. You know, he appears happy. He appears healthy at this time. Well, in my opinion, let me give y'all my opinion, even if you didn't ask for it. Of course he did, because let me tell you all something. A smile can hide a lot of pain. Just remember that. So can money. So can money. And remember, you can dress up a pig. You can dress it in gold with gold chains, honey. You can put clothes on that pig if you want to. You sure can. But a pig's still going to have a sloppy coochie. Just remember that. And it's still going to roll in mud. You're welcome. Looks can deceive. Just remember that. Looks can deceive. You're welcome. So on September 30th, 2022, Boswell went and met with Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Then on October 12th, 2022, and this is where I have a problem. After everything that's happened, after everything Sebastian's went through, California, Tennessee, school, whatever. Shut up, Millie. Millie, you ain't right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Holly. Exactly. So Boswell met with Sebastian. Then on October 12th, she mailed out a certified letter to the Proud Feet. I guess they didn't get that certified letter because she noted they moved and there was no forwarding address. Now, again, I'm just going to say it. After all of that we just been through, after all of that, I would think that would raise a red flag, considering the essay allegations, considering the proven essay, considering the physical documents that they had, considering even all the law enforcement thing, considering everything. I would have just, if I was doing my due diligence, I would have just red flagged it and did something. Yeah, Seth said in the same county, and yet the state agency could not locate them. Yeah, I call bullshit. Why did they not try get in touch with the schools? Which I imagine, and this is just me, either they had another call, or how did they locate them again? Because then they went to the house. Something ain't right. Something just don't smell right. So, in the meantime, they could have did a well check at the very least, something, and then said, hey, because they're not obligated to open the door or whatever. But, hey, as long as, but something. That was a huge red flag to me, especially if you're going to up and disappear with all this going on. You could have did your job, something. But hey, something ain't right. That's my opinion. But then by some miracle, there was a miracle. Holy hell. Move it forward to October 27th, 2022. Oh, praise God. Boswell found them. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord Elizabeth, I'm coming. Boswell found them. She went to their home. What? 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 My God. Boswell found them. She went to their home. Well, I don't know. But she went to their home and she did a home visit. That's when Katie stated, I don't understand. I wonder which accent she used. I don't understand why this keeps happening. We done went over and over this. It was the other, kid. It was just a kid. It was a kid in California. The DCS has went over this. It was another child. It was when he was 8. He don't know how old he was. He don't know if he was 10 or 12. He's just telling bits to pieces of the story. He was 8. It was another kid his age. My God. Well, Katie, because there was a call made, that's why. And that call was from Tennessee. That's why it keeps happening, honey. It don't matter. There was a sexual abuse called in Tennessee, and they had to go out and check it out. That's why. It don't really matter, does it? Really, it does, because I don't know why it keeps happening either. I don't know why, as a mother, you keep allowing these things to keep happening under your roof, whether you're in California, Tennessee, or Hong Kong. That's your child. Why do you keep allowing it? Hold on, they're coming in. I'm still here. Hold on. So, that's why. But it don't matter, does it? You never choose your son. You never have, and I guess you never will. Do it. Prove it. Anyway, the detectives were involved, she said. Is it El Cajon City in California, she told them? May not be saying that right. I'm not from Cali. Never been to Cali. Almost did once. I have no desire to go there now. Seriously. I'm just saying. That place is effed up. No shade to nobody, just saying. But she said the address was 9860 Dale Avenue. I won't give the apartment number because it's not fair to whoever's living there now. But she confirmed Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers had severe combined type ADHD and 6q27 deletion, chromosome deletion. She confirmed he took the medicine and had an IEP and behavior plan, and he was starting therapy at Vanderbilt. He went to a psychiatrist, and on November 3rd, she confirmed that Sebastian also saw a neurologist at Vanderbilt. Now, during that visit, Boswell spoke to Chris Proudfoot in private. Also, Chris Proudfoot states this was all investigated in California. So obviously he knew, or maybe he was just hearing about it for the first time there. I don't know. But whatever. He told them he never spanked Sebastian, and he also does not know why Sebastian feels he would be mad for talking about what happened in California. You know, he does have that charm. I guess he manipulated that lady. He can come off as very respectful if he wants to. Or we have seen how else he can come off as. But in this case, I'm sure for other reasons, he wanted to come off very respectful. But he said he would not be mad for him talking about what happened in California. So this statement directly contradicted by Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' his own disclosure that he was afraid of what his stepfather would do by the intake noting the stepfather used corporal punishment on him several times before DCS, wrote their notes and stuff. Boswell then met with Sebastian in private, noting he was completing his homework. He appeared, and this appeared, keyword appeared, happy and healthy. Again, there's that word appeared. It just that runs all over me for some reason. And then on November 1st, 2022, Boswell verified the essay. I guess she had to get all of her notes together, which they should have got all that together before they went out there. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Holly. And I was thinking, while at one point, I'm sure they didn't separate Chris and where was Chris and Sebastian while they were talking to Katie? I'm just curious. Was they together? Did they keep them separated? Or where was Chris and Katie while they were talking to Sebastian? Were they all getting their story straight? This is just weird to me. Again, November 1st, 2022, it said that Boswell verified the essay in California had been verified. You know, I don't know if she was just getting the paperwork back, getting her ducks in a row. I don't know what, making the phone calls. She verified the mental health services at Vanderbilt, the appointments. And so on November 3rd, what she did was she presented the Sumner County Child Protective Services, which their investigative team is called CPIT, which includes it's a team of people, which is the juvenile court system, Ashley's Place, which is a child advocacy center. It's the assistant district attorney, it's Jeannie Smith, it's law enforcement. She basically, it's all those members, they agreed to classify the case as a administrative closure. And then on November 7th, 2022, Richie updates her review, noting the case had been presented to the CPIT as an administrative closure as it was investigated in California. Thank you for the jewels. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you so much. Silver stars. Thank you, thank you. As an administrative closure. But in my opinion, what the hell? What about the call? In my opinion, why was that ignored? Why was that ignored? How do you override that? Do your job in Tennessee. That's what I say. Do your job in Tennessee. You failed, Tennessee, in my opinion. Look, you failed, in my opinion. You all need to be sued, in my opinion. More than that, you need to all lose your job. I don't ever wish for nobody to lose your job, but you all need to lose your job. In my opinion, none of you need to work around any kids, and because you don't stand for kids. You don't protect the children, in my opinion. So on November 14th, 2022, Richie spoke with the director, Amy Slater, and then the classification was changed. At first, when I read this, I said, oh, good, somebody got some sense. No, that ain't what happened. They all lack some sense. So it was classified unable to complete based on the policy 14 and 17 because the incident happened in another state or out of state. So, okay. No, that ain't what happened. On November 15th, 2022, the Supervisor Walker completed the final administrative review, and they approved the closure due to the incident occurring out of state, and the case was closed. I mean, what a crock of shit, in my opinion. I don't think they know what they're doing. So we're at the investigation. They gave DCF and law enforcement actual knowledge of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers' vulnerability by reason of his actual knowledge, DCS, and law enforcement. They were, okay, so listen, in these papers, they were on heightened notice, okay? They were on heightened notice that any more allegations or abuse by the Proud Feet or within the Proud Feet household, got that, was required a more, a more stronger search and a skeptical investigation than they would otherwise do, okay? Or would otherwise apply. The first investigation findings were not a clean slate. I stated all that, okay? So what happened? Because they were obligated, there was predictable danger, and they should have treated it as such. This child, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, was in danger in this household with them, period, under these circumstances. Their own words. Thank you, C. Page. Thank you for the jewels. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, honey. But on May 3rd, 2023, at approximately 9:06 p.m., another call was placed to DCS, Child Abuse Hotline. This intake was priority 3, with allegations of physical abuse against Proudfoot. The victim was, you guessed it, none other than Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The intake reported that Chris Proudfoot had made comments about pushing the child against a wall when he does not behave, and that child was Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and he pushed him in the belly. On May 8th, 2023, at approximately 6:30 p.m., Boswell again arrived at the family home. Proudfoot granted permission to enter. Boswell met with Sebastian on the porch. In my opinion, Chris and Katie were in there trying to justify all this together, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, Sebastian told Boswell he remembers her from the last time she was out. During the interview, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers told Boswell that Proudfoot required him to wear a belt every day, and Chris told him to lift his shirt up, and when he did not have his belt on, Chris smacked him in the belly with the back of his hand and said, "You're supposed to wear a belt." Sebastian told Boswell he also had been lying to Katie and Chris about brushing his teeth and making his bed. So he had been getting in trouble for that. Then Boswell met with Chris outside. Chris admitted that he was Mr. Mom, cleaning Sebastian's room, his drawers, and asked him, "Do you have on your belt?" I can just hear it now. "Do you have on your belt, Sebastian?" So Sebastian pulls up his shirt, and so he tried to say he just watched him. He just kind of whacked him with his back of his hand, like, "Boy, you know you got to wear your belt." I could just hear it now. And Chris told the worker, Sebastian recently, do you hear me? This is what I'm talking about. Told him he recently started wearing pull-ups. See, this is what I'm talking about. Why would he regress to recently started wearing pull-ups? Okay, the essay in California happened years ago. Sebastian is 15. Katie said the essay started at 8 and it only happened for a couple of weeks. So I'm just asking. I'm just going to bluntly put it out there. Was Sebastian being sexually abused under that Proudfoot home in Hendersonville right before he went missing? Can I just ask you that? Anybody? Why did he have to wear pull-ups? Just asking. I understand it was probably humiliation, but you know, there's other reasons for that as well. So, he tried to say he whacked him with the back of his hand and said, "You have to wear your belt." It was nothing. He told the worker Sebastian recently started wearing pull-ups due to his issues. So he had to wear a belt so kids at school didn't know he wore pull-ups, or, you know, his pants wouldn't fall down and people wouldn't see. Like he was trying to protect him. Okay? Right. Gotcha. Then Boswell spoke to Katie. Don't know if Chris was left with Sebastian, but Boswell spoke to Katie. Katie said they had been working with Sebastian about his lying. So now she's accusing Sebastian of lying. Her child. You know, the child you're supposed to believe no matter what. But anyway. Would never, ever, ever hurt Sebastian. Neighbors beg to differ. Just saying. So blaming her own son, never asking him a damn thing, never questioning Chris at all, just going on with her merry little life. Right, Katie? Shame on you, Katie. So on May 9th, 2023, Boswell verified Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers was receiving therapy. How many fucking times are they going to verify that Sebastian's disabled? How many times are they going to verify that he's getting therapy? How many times are they going to need to verify the same damn thing over and over and over again? That's insanity. Just saying. Damn, you don't need a degree to do that job. Obviously. My God. Richie said the case was ready for closure on May 11th, 2023. She said no services needed. No intervention was needed. Nothing. They didn't need to call his father. They didn't need to call Seth Rogers. They didn't need nothing, honey. In my opinion, DCS failed, no doubt. I say that is my belief. That's Minnie's belief. That is his father's belief. We're going to have to wait and see what this court system says. It's in the lawsuit, though. They never contacted his father, Seth Rogers. Nada. That is gross neglect. They, in my opinion, let Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers down. And if they do that to Sebastian, which in my opinion they did, how many more children are they doing that to? How many more children are left to be abused, neglected, sexually abused because of their acts? How many more kids are getting pulled out of the wrong homes and put in the wrong homes? How many more people are being tortured because of their incompetence or left to be abused and come up missing because of shit like this? It's a shame, and something needs to be done. Something needs to be done, period. Sebastian told them more than one time who his father was and where his father lived, by name, by county. And he felt safe with his father. He also told them more than once he was afraid of his stepfather and what his stepfather might do and has done. There was so many red flags, and so many red flags that should have been raised. There were so many red flags that should have been raised on his mom as well. His dad should have been contacted. So many. So many things went wrong here. I still have more to discuss tomorrow. I have so much more to discuss tomorrow. We've just touched the surface tonight. In my opinion, Katie knows. In my opinion, that's just my thoughts, my opinions, my free speech. I want to know, Katie, why you won't tell the father of your son. We know you're not going to get face to face with him. Where is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? Is he alive? Is Sebastian alive, Katie? Is he alive, Katie? Is he alive, Chris? Y'all know. I don't know how she lives with herself either. It's time to do the right thing for Sebastian. Come clean. Do the right thing. I'm going to play his song out. I appreciate each and every single one of you being here. Each and every single one of you being here. I'm going to continue this. That's right. Amen, Holly. Amen. That's why Chris is choosing to stay with Katie, in my opinion. In my opinion, from what little I saw, Katie, you're weak. You are weak, in my opinion. You are weak. Let's go.
On a cold February evening, a shadow walked away. A boy with dreams and laughter, now lost in yesterday. The seasons turned in silence, time spins without a sound. Yet every whispered memory still echoes all around. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name. His pictures in our windows, his laughter fills the air. No amount of passing moments can diminish how we care. Every candle ever lighted, every prayer that we share is a promise to the future, a testament to prayer. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name. Sebastian, if somehow you hear us, know our hearts beat strong for you. People searching in the shadows, still holding on to truth. You have never been forgotten, not for one single day. Our promise stands unbroken, we're not walking away. Don't stop calling his name, don't let the silence win. Keep the porch light shining bright, keep the hope alive within. For Sebastian, our dear friend, every heartbeat says the same. You are loved, you are remembered. We'll never stop calling your name. To everyone listening, please remember Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. If you know something, no matter how small, share it with law enforcement. Sebastian, you are loved. You are missed. You are remembered. And as long as there are people who care, your name will continue to be spoken. Your picture will continue to be seen, and hope will continue to live. This is our promise. We will never stop looking.